Hey guys, it's Ike, and welcome to the 5th episode of Shadows House. A little bit of a recap, we were introduced to a handful of characters in the previous episode, one of them being my favorite bootlicker Ricky, and also Barbie as well, who I remember, but after seeing more of her character again, really makes me remember how much I like her character in terms of her attitude. Minus all of them, we were also introduced to Shaun and Rum, and we had more substantial screen time with them as Emilico, along with those two, were added into the Night Watch as a sort of punishment that Barbie was doing. We got to learn a little bit more about Shaun, a little bit more about Rum, and then we learned about where the source of the Phantom was coming from. And we are heading into their debut in this episode, so I am quite excited to be able to see the other Shadow Masters, so let us get started. Oh, we're heading straight to the opening. Okay. God, Edward's got such a great smile. I feel like this is the movie. I'm about to finish my can of coffee before the opening even starts. Before the actual anime even starts. The debut. Oh. Damn, dude, Emilico pulled it right back on her. So Mia has a little doll too. Wait a minute. It's really odd that somehow Sarah knows that Mia has the doll, unless Sarah really does come in and check her room every single fucking day, or every other week. But that is something somebody told me in the comments, saying that it's odd that they showed the previous scene with Mia and having her room all covered up like that, when it really should have been around this scene when she had gotten the doll from Emilico, and that's when Sarah was like, yo, what the fuck, dog? How dare you get other gifts from other people? I'm super jelly. Woo! Time to wing it, Emilico! Yeah, you haven't been sleeping for a while. Kate's just gonna sit there and watch her leave. Oh, you gotta mirror her somehow. Going to sleep? Nah, fam, I'm just gonna write in my diary. Oh yeah, so this is what I was thinking about. Because you had seen the scar on Mia's back before. And of course, you know, you're gonna hit everywhere but the face. As long as you get to cover it up. Okay, understandable. That stick is the opportunity to grow. I don't think it's like a goodwill. Well, maybe it's just not enough suit, you know? Maybe after the debut. Oh, you better watch out, Barbie! We haven't had our debut. What? I don't know, man. I don't know if hitting your doll is really the solution to discipline them. What if they break? I'm just as I said, man, Mia's really out here living that servant life. Sarah said we haven't had our debut, but I thought they've already had their debut. That's why you gotta do good. Well, you know, it's never too late to start. You can do it. Oh my god. John and Shaun. He's wearing glasses too. Good on you, John. Good on you. What a guy, dude. Give him a kiss on the cheek. Oh, I love that all the living dolls just give them a kiss on the cheek. Mwah! Rum. Look, it's never too late to start. Oh no, Rum. It's never too late, Rum. You can still go through with the debut. Oh, Ricky. Man, good on you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Fucking lose Shadow Master. What is her name? Wendy? Louise. I don't know why I fucking said Wendy. It's the fucking red hair. Did she just give you a kiss on the cheek while talking? Like, what? Hello there. Oh my god. Edward, can you look a little less insane? The Grand Creator, that's his other name. Yeah, well, joke's on you, Edward! She sees that everybody is kind of matching their Shadow Master's stride. I like that they've made their own little doll figurines. So those two have already been put up. Yeah, John! Whatever. I guess we're buffering now. Thanks, Funimation. You don't seem anxious. I just came here to brag. Oh, Louise. Got fucking Patrick and Ricky. Ooh. Ooh. Luis is killing it. If you remember your Don't Fred notebook, won't you just... Emilico, you're supposed to not leave Kate's side, man. Emilico, you're being too kind, but that's just you, so I understand. Kate's over here like... God, look at his eyes, man. What is that, pastries? She has to pinch herself. Kate! Kate has to cover up for her. Yeah. John and Shaun. Oh my god, he did that so swiftly. Well, I mean... Yeah, but at the same time, Kate, you were the one who kind of let her have this sort of freedom in the first place, you know? We could have always done the whole Sarah and Mia's route, where Sarah just beats the fuck out of Mia. Kate names her doll Emilico. Also Kate. Why is she acting so different from other living dolls? What was Rum just sitting alone? Where was her master? Oh. Oh, she was standing up now. Special dolls. Yeah, I love the relationship of Patrick and Ricky, because like Patrick is over here being like, yeah, I'm the tough guy, you know, I'm gonna get rid of all of these fucking trash, but also Ricky's in the back just like supplying him with what he needs to do. Shh, Emilico, shh. Don't let them know that. Yeah. Yeah, Emilico's her own person. Shirley. Shirley and Rum? I'm giving you little words of encouragement. Yeah, you were a little bit too You were a little too into the debut. Yeah, you do you, Kate. Let me stuff some suit in your boots. Uh-oh, hold on. Her secret talent. Shh, shh, Emilico. What a great friend, right? Understandable. What, Edward? You upset? Oh, shit! Special living doll. Alright, we are heading into the fucking gardens. And then the ending. Sick. Alright, we're done with the beginning of the debut. Oh, and now we're buffering again. I guess I won't listen to the ending song. Alright, so that was episode 5 of Shadows House. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that oh my god, my fucking jaw just cracked when I said that. Okay, well, I mean, you know the rest. For me, I really enjoyed this episode. It reminds me of how much the manga really amps up once you were able to meet the other Shadow Masters, you know, once the world actually opens up to you. And this whole debut is a really enjoyable ride, and I do remember a lot of things from this point on. But other than that, I am really excited to see the garden and, you know, and the more of the debut in general. Okay, so back to the beginning. We see Barbie, unfortunately, have to tell everybody where the source of the phantom came from. And we learn from Mia that that part where, that little room that they had was technically a place for the Star Bearer. They're supposed to be doing that. But Barbie might have been slacking on that, and that was the cause for it. So it basically kind of just blew up on Barbie's face, which is just, splendid. And from the conversation between Mia and Emilico, they did exchange letters during these night watch as a way to help Emilico, and Emilico, as thanks, gave her a doll, a little stuffed doll for it. And so when Mia goes back into her room, she sees that her room is all messy yet again. And this time the doll has been ripped out. And Mia sees that and realizes that it is Sarah. So in another scene, we see that Mia is basically giving Sarah the little cane for her to whip her with. In the night and the day before the debut, we get to see the other Shadow Masters and how they interact with their living dolls. And honestly, just seeing them all again really reminds me of how much I enjoy the entire cast. I really love John. You know, I love all the Shadows and their living dolls, and I especially just think that they all do very well with each other when, you know, they are together, the Shadows and the living dolls. You know, I like the interactions between John and Shaun, and you did see in that little interaction that John is over here trying to mimic Shaun, because Shaun has a bad eyesight, so he needs to wear glasses. So John is like, well, why don't I wear glasses, and then we'll both be matching. We saw Patrick and Ricky in their very confident attitude that they're going to take this game and they're going to toss away all the trash, which is the other debutees, and rise up to being the star bearer. We saw Louise and Lou, and it's very obvious that Louise loves her face. It's absolutely splendid. She wants to show it off to everybody. Check out Lou, check out my face. Isn't she beautiful? Then we have Shirley and Rum, who again don't really talk to each other, and we did see during the debut, even when Rum was talking to Shirley kind of just give a nod or a shake. Well, actually, I don't really think if she did a shake, but she usually just gave a nod as like an agreement to the suggestion that Rum gave. So we haven't really seen Shirley talk, if she talked at all. In the beginning of the debut, Edward is looking at the shadows and the living dolls and how they interact with each other and how connected the Shadow Masters are with their living dolls. We saw that Emilico, or well technically Kate, is all the way at the final level before she falls into the pit of failure, but she ended up going to the second to last, because Emilico is out here being herself. She's going to help Rum. You know, Rum wasn't able to talk with her Shadow Master, and so Emilico gave her a suggestion, like, why don't you just use Rummy to talk to her? And that's like one of the first time that Rum is able to communicate with her Shadow Master, so she's very thankful to Emilico for it. Meanwhile, we have Kate over here being absolutely anxious and a little bit upset at Emilico for not doing what Kate wants her to do, which, you know, as we've seen in the previous episode, Kate kind of just lets Emilico do whatever she wants because Kate does want Emilico to be unique in her own ways. But that whole debut thing kind of clouded her, and she wanted Emilico to be the perfect living doll who would follow Kate like every other living dolls. This makes Emilico a little bit sad until she gets the encouragement of Rum and Shaun, and that gets her spirit back up again. When her spirit gets back up, it reminds Kate that Emilico is just Emilico, and she is perfectly fine the way she is. And so they were able to get past the first stage of the debut without falling into the pit of failures. During this matter, we do have Edward, who considers himself as a special living doll, so he does have a little bit of a higher status than these current debutees, but he still says, well, since you are still Shadows, let me show you a little bit of respect. Which sorta answers my question, I suppose, about Edward in the previous episode, in where he calls he calls the guy Lord Grandfather instead of the other name that the living dolls are supposed to be, because Lord Grandfather is supposed to be a name for the shadows only. So like, if he's not a shadow, then why is he saying that? And you know, why is he the one out here leading the debut when he's not a shadow? Yo, I gotta say, good for Louise and Lou for being in first place. Good shit. And then we had that little interaction between John and Kate, where Kate had to imitate Emilico. And so John was like, wow, you're no ice queen. You're actually quite expressive when it comes to food. You're just my cup of tea. You do you, John. God, I've already said this, but man, I absolutely love all of the main cast, like all especially the shadows. They're just so fun to me, and again, they complement their living dolls, and the living dolls complement their shadow masters very well, and I really enjoy that. Well, that was a horrible rambling session, but if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video.